Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking to you a little bit about these vintage Louis Vuitton Trousse 28s. For a while, I'd say the past probably 6 to 12 months, I've actually been wanting to purchase a toiletry pouch, some type of toilet pouch, just because I do a lot of travel and I find myself constantly moving my toiletries into another pouch or just a standard basic pouch, but my makeup the same thing. I went back and forth about possibly buying something larger or smaller. I wasn't really sure what I wanted, but you know what I ended up doing was I ended up finding these two pre-loved Trousse 28s, and they're vintage. I think one of them is about 40 years old and the other one's 30 plus years old. So they're both really old, but you know what? I wanted to show you the quality. I mean, when you hear that Louis Vuitton has top of the line quality, I can't of course say anything about the newer stuff because I am hearing more and more from the collectors that the quality is not up to par and it's not as good as it used to be. But I will say these are both vintage pieces and they are incredible. I purchased both of them for about $300, so I got a really good deal on these, I believe. And they're in my opinion, they're in fairly good condition. Okay, so I almost bought the toiletry pouch that's online. It's about $800 or so. I thought about buying that for my makeup, because for me, I think it's a lot easier just to keep my makeup in one pouch all the time, even at home. And that way, if I do have to run out and do something, I can just grab the entire pouch and run out and throw it in my carry-on or whatever. And again, I'm someone who travels. Oftentimes, we are traveling every week for business. So just for example, just yesterday, I just got back from New Mexico. In about 3 days, I'm going to Ohio. And then 3 days later, I'm traveling somewhere else. So it's like, it's nonstop. I'm constantly going somewhere. So I don't have the luxury of having all my makeup in a nice, just a nice, setup at home and then have to continue to transport. So for me, I thought something like this might be more practical. So I do want to show you, just what I think about these items, and I want to be able to show you how much fits in these. So what I ended up doing is I bought two. I couldn't just have one, so I needed to have two. I ended up buying two because one of them I use just strictly for my makeup, and the other one I use for all my toiletries. So everything that I need if I'm going out of town, I have it all in here. I've traveled so much in the past that I'm constantly having to pick up last minute things when I'm out, especially in another city or in another state. And I do not like running to the pharmacy or running to a Target or a Walmart. I really like to have everything with me, and that's just my preference. Not everyone needs to travel with this massive toiletry, toilet, but for me, this is what works for me. So what I'm going to do now is I do want to show you, since this one I have open already, I want to show you what I have in this one. So again, this one is the one that I use for all my toiletries. So when we're traveling, I literally have everything in here. So I'm going to show you really quick what's in here. But as you can see, there's quite a bit. There's quite a bit in here. And I don't want to bore you and go through every single item that fits in here. So what I'm going to try to do for this one, because there's so much in here, I'm just going to try to show you in the camera. You can really see what's in here. So I have a bug spray. You can see it with the blue cap right here. That's a bug spray. I've got a little hairspray. I have two hairsprays actually. I have my deodorant. I have eye makeup remover. I actually have my hair stuff, shampoo, conditioner, and some other conditioner. I have a smaller brush. It is not the full size, but it is a really nice size brush. But I also have body cream in here. I have, different hair products. I have some perfumes, some travel perfumes in here. You can see them here in the middle. I have my actual razor blade. So if I have to shave, I have that in here as well. And you can see, I have a toothbrush in here. I have a bag with just a bunch of little, just hair ties. And I even have safety pins and Band-Aids and all that good stuff because I feel like I always have blisters. I also have, other feminine products in here. I have a headband because I feel like I'm always wanting to just put my hair up in a bun or something. But you can see this little pouch that's here. I'll take this. You can see the pouch that's on this side. I'm going to move this way so you can see it. But there's a little pocket inside here, and it's a fairly deep pocket that in here, I have a hair tie, I have a clip for my hair, I have some tampons in there and just some other things, and it all fits really, really well in there. but you can see everything else. And what I love about this bag is that it does have these little compartments, these little things here where you can actually stand up items. Like for me, you can see I have my travel size perfumes here, and that works really well. You know, even having my razor and things like that, but everything in here stands up. And again, you know, I'll put my toothbrush back in here and all my extra stuff that I have in this little plastic bag, but I keep that all like on this side, that little plastic bag. I also put that kind of in this little pocket and with my brush right on top. And you can see how it fits really well in here. I mean, I have a lot of stuff in here, guys. I mean, I have just about anything you need. If you're out, I have it in here. And it fits really well. Haven't had any issues with it. It zips really nicely. And look, you can see that. I mean, I will show you, this is the older of the two. And this one, I mean, does have a little bit of tarnishing here, but it doesn't look bad at all. Like, I really think this is amazing. No tears, no scratches, nothing. I mean, what an incredible vintage bag. In the other one, I do have, I mean, the same thing. This one's, again, I mean, it's vintage as well, but it's a little bit thinner because I don't have as much stuff in here, but I do have all my makeup in here. And I want to show you, I'm going to try to show you. So I do have these two brushes. One's a blush brush and one's a bronzer brush. So I do have these in here. They're from the brand It, you know, but I do like their brushes. They're really, really soft. But again, I love it because it does have that, it has that large pocket here. And that's where I actually put all of my palettes. They all sit right in there really nicely. I mean, you can see, I'm going to try to get you a better view in the camera. There you go. But you can see all my palettes. I have my bronzers, my palettes, my eye palette. I have all kinds of good stuff there. My blush. And in the middle, what I ended up doing, because I didn't want to just throw my eyeliners in here in case it made a mess, I ended up getting this really small, I ended up getting this small little pouch where in here, it's where I actually keep all of my pencils and all of the things that I use for my eyes. So I just kind of put them in here. So they're at least protected. They're not just rolling around the bag. And I do have my, you know, my eyelash curler. I kind of just sit it on top of that. Doesn't really move because this bag is so well structured. Inside, you can also see what else I have in here. I mean, these two items came out, but these are also other items that I keep inside of this thing here. But I can show you how much. I mean, I have a lot of pencils in this thing, but you can see this. I mean, just for illustration purposes, if you wonder how much can fit in here, you can fit a whole lot. So look at all these. I mean, I have quite a bit. I mean, I've got like 12 plus pencils and things in here, but I just have them right in there. But inside, I actually have a travel perfume. I have another perfume in here that I keep in here, which is really nice. But again, I mean, I can fit all of my stuff in here and I don't have any problems. I mean, I can put foundation in here. I keep my actual face foundation right on. You can see how it's just sitting right in here. I have my mascara. I have my little sealant, just, you know, your finishing spray, that's in here. My BB, like the BB type cream, that's in here. And I have some foundation, but yeah, it all really fits nicely in here. And again, like I mentioned earlier, I tend to, you know, it's easier for me just to keep everything in here. And then I don't have to travel. I don't have to switch things off back and forth because I really, truly do not have time. If you're someone who's really busy, I mean, I think this is a really good suggestion and just a really good option. So again, for me, I just kind of keep everything in here. This stays actually right on my vanity at home. I keep it right by my sink. It sits there. I actually ended up buying this cute little, like a little shelf table thing that I put right on my vanity, and it sits right on top. That way it's not sitting on the actual vanity and getting wet, you know, when you're washing your hands or your face and things like that. But I love it. I mean, this has been amazing. They fit really nicely in carry-ons. I used to use two other different styles. They're just basic styles that I purchased on Amazon, but these are lifesavers and I love them. And you know, you can see they're not, in my opinion, I don't think they're too thick. I mean, I think they're a really nice size. You know, if you're someone who owns these pieces, I'd love to hear what your thoughts are. But again, one of the main reasons why I actually bought these, again, was because I wanted something for travel. And I also didn't want to have to baby it. If you're going to buy something like, you know, a newer toiletry bag or a toilet bag, you know, sometimes when you buy them and they're brand new, I don't know about you, but I kind of get nervous about getting them dirty. And what if the, you know, vachetta gets stained and things like that? These, in my opinion, they're all monogram. You know, the zipper, I mean, is gold, but I mean, what can you really do to this? Yeah, the inside of it, yeah, you might get the inside of it a little dirty because of the makeup, but it's wipeable. You can easily wipe it. I mean, I had some eyeliner stain on here and I just grabbed a water wipe and it came right out. I didn't have any issues. So for me, I felt a lot more comfortable buying some vintage items, and if they get a little bit dirty, I don't care. I don't feel like I'm babying these items at all. I just throw them in my bags and I don't feel bad. So I guess that's one benefit of buying vintage, is that they're already used, they're kind of broken in, and sometimes you don't have to baby them as much. So if you do own these items and you have some vintage items, I would love to hear some of the wear and what you think. I've had these for about, a couple months now. I haven't had these too long, but I will say, because of how old they are, I'm so super impressed with the quality and just how well they're made. I mean, they're amazing. So if you don't own one of these, I highly, strongly recommend you getting one. These are amazing, awesome. You won't regret it. I probably will never get rid of these. I actually keep seeing them online now, because you know how it is when you start searching things. All of a sudden, it's like the universe knows what you're looking for. So I keep getting ads and things like that. But of course, I don't need a third one. But I do think these are pretty awesome. So anyway, I would love to hear what you guys think. If you are someone who owns these, I'd love to hear what you're thinking. And please, leave me a comment. And if you're not a subscriber, I hope you will subscribe to my channel. And please give me a like. So as usual, I will see you next time.